want to talk about really quickly today is why I don't feed my dogs chicken any longer. And I came kind of to this epiphany when I was writing the raw food certification course with Dr. Meg Smart. And as I started researching into chicken, there were two things that really made me nervous about feeding it to my dog. And the first is vitamin D. Now, here's the funny thing about vitamin D. You know that when you go out in the sun, you can manufacture your own vitamin D from sunshine, and you can kind of make it from plants as well. And so can chickens, and so can cows. The thing is, your dog can't. Well, he can, but that pathway was shut off probably thousands of years ago. And the reason it was shut off is because nature abhors waste. And Mother Nature thought, hey, it's kind of stupid for dogs to be manufacturing the enzymes to make their own vitamin D when their diet is mostly little animals that are already rich in vitamin D because they can manufacture it from sun and they can get it from plant matter. So your dogs no longer have the ability to manufacture their own vitamin D. It has to come from their food. Now, here's the thing about chicken and turkey and pork. Those animals are raised indoors. Think about it. Unless you're feeding a true free-range bird that's outside on pasture, they're inside and they never see the sun. And that means the animal is going to be vitamin D deficient, which also means that the animal eating that animal may be vitamin D deficient. Hey, welcome back. Now, I promised you that I was going to talk about why I don't feed chicken to my dogs anymore. And the biggest reason is the fat balance. So let me explain this. There's basically two types of fat that you should be interested in your dog's diet, and you probably already know this. The first is omega-6 fat, and the second is omega-3 fat. Now, we actually think omega-3 fats are the healthy fats, and it's kind of true because omega-3 fats actually work to decrease inflammation in your dog. And let's face it, chronic inflammation is rampant in dogs today, and it's the core cause of things like liver disease, heart disease, cancer, and allergies. So it's important to keep the omega-3 level up in the diet. The other fat is omega-6. Now, the thing about the omega-6 fats is they increase inflammation. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a good thing. If your dog is hurt or if he's sick, that's a functional part of the immune system. But the point is to have enough omega-6 and omega-3 in the diet so that they're balanced out, so that your dog isn't walking around chronically inflamed. Now, the thing about chicken is the feed, because those chickens all live in barns and buildings and they rely on whatever the farmer feeds them for their diet. The problem is what they're being fed is a lot of the waste product from the vegetable oils that we love so much. So the soy and all of that stuff, the corn and all of these gross grains that are really rich in omega-6 fats. That's what goes in a chicken feed. And as a consequence, the chicken is really rich in those pro-inflammatory omega-6 fats. How rich are they? Depends on the part of the chicken that you're feeding. But in nature, if your dog were to take down a deer or an elk, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fat would be about 1:1. In chicken, it can be high as 30:1 if you're feeding the fat. Even if you're not feeding the fat, it's 20 to 25:1. Now, I want you to think about this. Let's say you feed your dog chicken as his meal, and you think, okay, I'm going to feed him some fish, and that's going to balance out his omega-3 so that he's not chronically inflamed. The problem is that the fish is still only about 1:1 omega-6 to omega-3, and that's where you want to be. You can't feed a food that's 25 or 30:1 omega-6 to 3 and get down to 1:1, 2:1, or 3:1, back into the healthy levels. Now, if you were to feed your dog beef, as a comparison, or lamb or goat, the ratio of 6:3 would be about 5:1, and that's much less inflammatory for your dog. So that's just another really big reason why I don't feed chicken. The mainstay of my dog's diet is beef and lamb and goat, nice ruminant meats, and even some fish. Now, on that note, if you do feed chicken, never add fish oil to your chicken because they're both really, really high in polyunsaturated fats and your fats won't be very balanced, but that's an aside.